My name is Young Kwon. I'm the chairman of the board of New York City Real Estate Coin and the head of real estate. I have over 21 years of experience in commercial real estate transactions, $15 billion of transactional volume in New York City, as well as major gateway cities throughout the US and including London.
New York City real estate coin holders will accrue several significant benefits, 5 that are very important. First, they get the benefit of a very sophisticated team with long experience in making these kinds of investments. Secondly, token holders get fractional ownership in a real asset. This is very different than what is happening in the ICO market. Third, they get the ability to earn appreciation in the underlying assets. Corollary to that, they get the opportunity to earn dividends in the form of Ethereum airdrops. Finally, there's transparency in the form of reporting, periodic reporting on the activity of the investment team.
What we look for in real estate deals are quality assets, quality location, and the quality of the capital structure. So what we mean by capital structure is we want to understand the financials of the property, the financing of the property, the rent rolls, and also an ability to add value to all the assets that we buy. We always partner with best-in-class sponsorship, developers, financing partners, so that we understand that we have really good partners in all our deals.
New York City real estate has for many decades been the source of long-term gains on the part of non-US citizens investing in real estate. What New York City Real Estate Coin does is give this opportunity to a broad range of token holders, which is otherwise inaccessible. And New York City is very important because it's the financial and cultural center of the United States. And as such, and with its growing population and economy, tends to present very stable opportunity and growth for real estate investment.
Some examples of real estate deals I've led throughout my 21-year career where I've invested over $15 billion worth of transactions include a Class A office building that we acquired, backed by a major Wall Street investment bank. That transaction was really interesting because it was a complete off-market transaction that we sourced, and due to the fact that we had a differentiated look at the deal once it fell down in the auction process, we were able to acquire it at a very attractive yield that generated a 13% annual dividend yield for us. Another asset that we managed and acquired in my tenure was a large Class A office building here in Manhattan. Again, backed by with a long-term lease from a major Swiss investment bank based out here in New York City. And that was a flagship property on the Avenue of the Americas where we owned and asset managed that property. Another interesting deal that I looked at and invested in was a major condominium development in Manhattan. As condominium prices were on the rise here in New York City, and we were able to back a developer on that condominium project and earn very attractive yields for our investors.
Our intent is to invest the proceeds as quickly as possible, but we won't rush into any investment. As disciplined investors, our goal is to maximize the return to our token holders. However, if a long period of time transpires without making a real estate related investment, then our intent is to return interest earned on the money not invested in real estate to token holders.
The challenges of investing in New York City real estate are finding a good deal. You can write a check and pay up for an asset, but that doesn't mean that you've gotten a good deal. So for us, it's navigating the legal and the regulatory construct that you have to deal with when you buy assets. It's also understanding your value proposition. We're buying assets where there's a value creation component to it, either through buying it right or fixing it. And that is a challenging endeavor without knowing all the steps to the process in New York City real estate. I've been doing this for 21 years through $15 billion of transactions throughout my career. And through that experience, we are providing access to deals for New York City real estate.
Our goal is to generate the best risk-adjusted returns for our token holders possible. What that means is we can look at a very broad range of investment opportunities. They can be opportunistic, which means if we can obtain off-market transactions where we can get a preferred acquisition price, that may be an important opportunity. We can invest in distress, where we understand how to operate a property better than its current holders. And we also have the ability to look at debt, where we can be a lender to what appears to be a very successful investment project. In addition, we can look at commercial, residential, industrial, development, whatever makes the most sense for our token holders.
New York City Real Estate Coin is a revolutionary way for investors to have access to New York City real estate with a very seasoned team of investors. I've invested over $15 billion in New York City real estate over 21 years in commercial properties, and our intent is to buy world-class properties that we will then tokenize and give investors access that they would otherwise not have. You cannot buy access to New York City real estate in a diversified way today, whether it's through the New York Stock Exchange or through funds. And so we feel that this will be a revolutionary way for investors around the globe to have access to really safe, stable New York City real estate. NYCREC is different from investing in a REIT that's traded on a public exchange similar to the New York Stock Exchange, because you have access to liquidity 24/7 versus the market hours of a New York Stock Exchange traded investment. It's also different because you have differentiated deal flow. Most REITs have a single asset strategy. We believe the benefits of a diversified portfolio outweigh a single asset strategy. Additionally, we have lower anticipated transaction costs that should flow to the benefit of investors.
Our goal is to offer our token holders as much information as possible. So on a periodic basis, we will be posting information about the status of our investment activity. In addition, you'll be reading press releases about our investments and dispositions.
The long-term vision for NYCREC is to provide a revolutionary way to get access to New York City real estate for investors that is inaccessible otherwise in this very complex market. We plan on tokenizing real estate in other major global gateway cities, similar to what we've done with NYCREC. The long-term goal of NYCREC is to use the NYCREC as well as other asset purchases around global gateway cities to create a collateralized blockchain. We believe the collateralized blockchain will attract interesting asset-based projects onto our blockchain.